Hello everyone, this is my most recent find. It is an Akai CS-703D. Just a little cassette player here. Got it off Facebook Marketplace with this Toshiba amplifier, SA520. Got them for a pretty good deal, knowing that it needs some work. But basically what I want for this channel is just recording what I do. I love tinkering on this stuff and hope to help some people out. But yeah, I just got my little influencer light, so you know I'm pretty much ready to rock and roll. Here's just a little once around. I mean, little, I don't know if I can buff that out. There's a little possibly scratch here. Maybe a scratch on the face there, the tape tray. But ultimately, looks pretty good. Definitely needs to get cleaned up. A little chip here in the vinyl wrap on this edge. But overall, great cosmetic shape. Well, the left mic's got a bunch of dirt in there. We're gonna have to clean that all up. But let's crack into it. We're gonna have 3 screws on each side, and it looks like 2 screws here in the back. I have this little turntable thingy that I set my stereos on. Got it from the thrift shop. And I really love it, but sometimes when I'm trying to push on a screw, put a screwdriver to it, it just spins around. So again, there's just the 3 screws on each side and the 2 on the back. They're Phillips head. Pulling the cover off, let's see how she looks. Okay, not bad. Definitely got some dirt in there for sure. But the belt seems to be, oh yeah, that thing needs replaced for sure. Let's fire it up and see if we can't get any tape to move in here. Okay, we got power. I don't know if you can see it from up there. Yeah, you probably can't at all. One of the VU lights is out, this one. Looks like it's out. Yeah, you can see it there. CCR. See if we can't make this thing make some noise. System on my bench has got too much stuff and not enough space. Let's see if we can't make some noise. There it goes. Seems like the play. There's some Proud Mary trying to go. Yeah, I'm guessing that's just the belt starting to slip. The belt's so trashed. Alright, well it looks like we don't have a motor problem. We definitely have a... Okay, there it goes. The play button's a little sticky. Almost had it there. Yeah, just this belt's trashed. Well, I know I need belts and some lights. I've honestly never really tore into the other belt here, the counter belt, I guess it is, or probably does a lot more. We're gonna have to learn this thing together. But everything just looks like it needs to be cleaned up, honestly. There's guys on eBay that sell the bulb kits and the belt kits. So unfortunately, the bulb kit and the belt kit's probably worth more than, it's gonna be more expensive than this whole thing's worth, but it's clean enough. I think I'm gonna rebuild it and keep it to match with my Akai reel-to-reel. Let's figure out how to take this thing further apart. We are ready to tear into this bad boy. I'm guessing you pull the motor out, you pull the flywheel off. I guess I'll call it the flywheel. Pull the flywheel off, then you've got all these little smaller screws that are holding this metal panel onto the rest. I think you just got a fish on the belt, not fish on the bobby. Anyways, I guess I'm just waiting for belts and lights now. All right, now that we've got the faceplate off and all this exposed, It is dirty. There's lots and lots of dirt. We're gonna need some contact cleaner and spray this bad boy out. But for right this second, we're gonna go ahead and start on these 3 light bulbs. There are 2 bulbs here for the record and the Dolby, but those work perfectly fine. And in the kit that I got, I don't think that I want to go through the hassle. I got this kit from eBay, and I believe that these are for the recording and the Dolby, but they wouldn't really fit through the square holes on here. So probably not gonna replace those. They both work totally fine. And there's a few other lights as well that came with the kit. I believe are just for other models, I would guess. No idea where this little itty bitty guy goes. And there's this one as well. I don't even know. Sorry, it's not focusing. Don't know where they would go. They might be obvious, but the only lights I'm seeing are the 2 for the VUs, the 2 for the record and Dolby, and then the 1 for the top of the tray. I've gotten blue lights. Hopefully I don't hate them. I think it'd be fine. Just when you open the tray, bright blue light might be kind of strange, but we're gonna put them in. Some lights are better than no lights. I'm still currently waiting on some belts, so it'll probably stay apart until I get belts. But let's start soldering in some lights. Alright, I've got you guys hooked up there. I'm going to start by desoldering these 2. This light's right here in the open. It'll be easy to do. Alright, got my soldering iron warming up. We are going to get this thing fired up and lit. It's gonna be lit. I love this Milwaukee soldering iron, but sometimes it's so big and so bulky. There's little seahorses on my tweezers, but there's the bulb. Got it out. Let's fix this wire that's look at, see, you gotta be so careful with this big old bulky soldering iron. I melted a little bit of the plastic there. Not smart. There we go, that's much better. Now let's find our light. We want it to be shining down. Actually, there's kind of the dab of solder where the lead comes. Oh, you can't even see. The dab of solder where this bad boy will focus. There we go. See how it's on one side or the other? Let's do it towards us. Bend that kind of at a 90, honestly. And drop it. Right there. This tedious soldering stuff sometimes can be difficult. Unfortunately, I am not quite pro status yet. Can we zoom in a little bit more to see? There you go. So I've soldered this end here. I just popped that corner off, unfortunately, with my gigantic, see how big this, look how big this tip is. And that's what she said. Anyways, back to the tweezers. See if we can't bend this bad boy over just a smidge. We probably ought to make sure it's not, yeah, it's kind of bent more like that. Definitely, we don't want it touching on the other side. Bend that up, and I broke it off. There we go. I think that's as good as I can get it for the moment without destroying things. So, yeah, try not to laugh at me. Alrighty, got it plugged in with that new light. And here's our results. So sweet. So now on to these bad boys. So with these lights here, there's these little black pins on the corners. It's almost like an automotive like clip for under the hood. But some of them get brittle. These feel pretty soft, so I'm just gonna push out the little pin, just kind of like I did here, and pop them out. Now that I got that out, I just threw a rag down just so if I burnt anything, it was my rag, not the rest of my circuitry. So let's go ahead and desolder these. I'm gonna use these tweezers again. All right, time to desolder the second one. Seems like they put a little line of glue. Yeah, that's hot. Don't burn yourself like I just did. There it goes, just broke the glue. Cool. Now she'll come right out. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, I kind of messed up a little bit, but we're gonna turn these 90 degrees, the LED facing down like they're supposed to. Don't know how good you guys can see. Let's get you a little this way. I'm going to hold it again here, and I had to bend the leads up just a little bit. One side. Yeah, that looks awesome. All right, now we're gonna desolder this other side. I am upset that I was being dumb and didn't think it through. But that's okay, we all make mistakes. That's why Jesus came. As long as that's not touching. Okay. So we definitely have full brightness on both sides. Heck yeah. Alrighty, well, there you have it, folks. We changed those 3 bulbs. Very straightforward. Anyways, this is it with the face off and everything. VU is just not staying in its spot, but it's almost like it's a really light blue. I'm kind of excited to see what it will finally look like when we get the face all on and everything. But in the next video, I will be doing the belts, pulling this thing further apart as soon as they come. I think they're coming from Spain, so it might be a little while for me. But anyways, hope you enjoyed. That's just the 3 bulbs that I was wanting to do. Well, thank you so much for watching. I got those 3 lights in and on. Now just waiting for the belts. But please check out my other videos, and we'll see you soon.